Az iki yavasi Eloy ki gimel yom Ve Oshay Ves. Everybody together. Shabbos ayovoy lashe. Oi, Miami, let me hear you. Yishoideru shavlenonai v'yai v'choyanai uvovoyo sanagadashem. Shabbos ayoim Lashem. Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Lilu Nishma Simi Rossi Ruspas Mordechai live from Miami. Nix. What's the official name? Beis B'Yom Tzvi. The shul with no talking. The shul with Geshmak davening. The shul where Rabbi Eli Rizel is the official chazan though, yeah? Not mamish, but every time I'm here, you're the chazan. Okay. Great balkoyer also. Great kiddush. Fly it in from Pomegranate. Still? Avada. $20,000 soda machine outside. Free soda. Look at this. With the ice. The whole thing. It's a matzav. Geschmack for learning, for davening. So thank you for having me. Shkoyach. A good joke for Pesach. After such an inappropriate email about the issue of beards, one of the writer's words reveals a certain narrowness of mind, to put it mildly. Be strong and carry on. Shkoyach. We need a good joke. You mentioned regarding the prohibition of Chodosh not to remain in Am Haaretz. So in this spirit in Europe, it was customary for each profession to have its own shul, carpenters, blacksmith, wagon drivers. There's even a shul specifically for Amaratzim. Everyone there, the congregants, the Balkoira, the rabbi, the gabbai, had to be in Am Haaretz. One Shabbos during the reading of Parshas Korach, the Balkoira suddenly banged on the bima, thinking he found a flaw in the Sefer Torah. After all, the Seder, the Siman of Korach spelled with a chaf. By the Seder we say Korach, what's with the chaf, mamish for Pesach, mamish the yeah. But there it says Korach with a kuf. Naturally, an uproar broke out. This one argued, and this one argued. Every Am Haaretz had his own opinion. In the meantime, the rabbi approached the Balkoira and fired him on the spot, saying, if you were able to notice such a mistake, it means you're not Am Haaretz. You must leave this community immediately. Be strong, keep up the great work. Thank you for everything you do. I have a beard, and I also have a name, Avram Yarom Bava Basra Daf Dalet Chestnut Ridge, New York, Yishkoyach. Eli Stefansky of Ranana with, this is one of these hats that you wear and then you ask, how do you know I'm Jewish? No? Eli Stefansky of Ranana doing the daf en route to Cyprus for Pesach. I'm telling you, when I was 19 years old and I went on a trip to Europe, I think I was wearing the same color hat. And a guy approached me, he asked me if I need a place to eat. I said, like, how do you know I'm Jewish? I go, because I'm wearing Shabbos shoes and whites. I got it. Okay. Shmak. Ari Friedman, that guy's email is why he's so popular among everyone. Cool, yet religious look. Amazing that you keep calm reading that, keep up the great work. Cool, religious rebellion. Shkoyach. Rabbi Isai, today is the yard side of Avi Mandelbaum of Shalom. He's a big part of MDY, and we're all very shocked when he got sick. And his machla didn't last very long, and he was nifter at a very young age. I forgot already how. You remember how old he was? Like 41 or something. The Ariel took upon themselves to learn, I think it was 5,000 daf Gemara. It was a big shock. He was on Zoom every single day. And it's just a reminder that life is very short. Some live it shorter than others, but even if you live 90 years, 100, it's still very, very short. So we got a chaparayin. It happens to be that it was in his house. This is the picture of the very, very first shear outside of MDY. This is like when I went out, I think that's what they say, is the first time Psachim Daf Kuf Yud Beis. Gets Gary Ben Moshe, looks a lot younger. And yeah, that's him right over there with the black beard, brown beard. Michael Chessel's sitting right in front of me. Now that MDY has taught my Ishes Chayil how to be a mixologist, is that how you pronounce it? Our relationship has been elevated to new levels. We're buddies now. We're much. Last night, the Neshe, the women of MDY, got on a Zoom, and this Hasidish Ingaman, I think it's Hasidish, she looked Hasidish, he thought the women had to mix drinks, had to do alcohol. So Michael Chessel is very excited about this. Gewaldig. So this person, he loves the daf, the whole thing, the halacha, the hashkafa, the AI, the whole thing. But then he says, secondly, I'm 10 weeks into doing the daf, and this is going to be my first extended yontif with MDY. I'm nervous it's going to be hard to catch up with the recordings after the Chag. So that's important, to be nervous, to think about it before. Because if it hits you and you're shocked by what happens, that's when you fall off. You have to be aware the yontif is a time that people fall off. And that's why we're going to be careful not to. So I'm going to work really hard to record as many shurim as I can before yontif so that people could learn before, they could learn after. It's a very, very difficult time for me, especially a 3-day yontif is... I have trauma, I can't even tell you, from last 3-day yontif, Pesach, when we were doing shkolim. And now, that was then when I gave 3 shiurim, I had to do 3 shiurim, and I have to do 6 shiurim. Because I have the 3 Hebrew. So it's Dalit Tzar B'Shait, I don't want to think about it. I'm not preparing yet for next week. We'll see what happens. So the idea is just to be aware that it could be a problem and do whatever you can do to stay afloat. We also have a product called Nothing But the Daf. So if you fall behind, you can use the daf, that it's like 25, 30 minutes, just the Torah, no jokes, no stories, no musar, nothing. Just Torah, Gewaldik to catch up. Sincerely, Ben Tzini Yeshua. Steve Seychelles, whoo, they're sitting here, the 2 of them, look at that. I didn't even know. Here, let me show you. Here, let me just, I don't want to zoom in. You guys here, hold hands or something so we know. These 2 guys both wrote me an email. They both happen to be sitting next to each other. That's very interesting. And I received, Beloy Guzma, another 30, 40 emails today, in addition to these 2. So the fact that you're in here, so we'll read it. We're here in Boynton Beach. We here in Boynton Beach are zoichet to Ronnie Shabbat as our neighbor. Ronnie started shul here for Shabbos. You guys call him Ron, not Ronnie? Whatever. I call him Ronnie. Ronnie started shul here for Shabbos, a young called Netzach Yisrael, which has no membership, and the only requirement is no talking during the entire davening. Although I did not know, and it works, people don't talk? Not a word, Givaldik. Although I did not know in the beginning his relationship with you when I first met him, I tried to get him to join MDY. I do on a regular basis tell him about the tremendous growth of MDY, the Shabbatons, the printing of our own Gemara, AI videos, etc. I was able to get him to start sometimes using MDY sheets. And about a week ago, he came over to me raving about some AI on MDY. When I heard today's shir and you shout out to him, I contacted him right away to tell him. Here was his response. Typical Ronnie Shabbat. He's a big onav. That's one of the reasons he never showed up in our base medrash yet. Thank you for sharing that. It means a lot to me. He's the one that got me to start Daf Yomi. Because of him, has a lot of schusim. Thank you for sharing. It means a lot to me. Boop. Your Talmud MDY Ambassador Florida, Steve Seychelles, Yishkoyach, Steve. Okay, let's jump to the sponsorships. Official edition MDY Shas. He's making chasana tonight. We just saw him. My official Masechta by the Iranian Levi family's Perek. Reuven Harrison. With heartfelt appreciation to Rebelli and all those in MDY who labor tirelessly on utilizing the internet and AI to spread Torah and connect Jews everywhere to the eternal living Torah. Where is he? He lives around here somewhere. That's you. Shalom Aleichem. How you doing? Heard a lot about you. So I've seen you around there. You're very quiet. You're like, okay, now a name to the face. But don't expect me to remember, yeah? Yishkoyach, thank you. Appreciate it. Official edition MDY Shas, Daf Ayin Gimel, in memory of Saul and Edith Wishnitzer, Mashu Kazeh, by the children, Yossi and Leiba Willig. Mesech sponsors David Salomon. David Salomon, who runs the show here every night. Dedicated memory of Avi Meir, Reb Shmuel Baruch, Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi, Doiv Zechron Levracha. Mesech sponsors Joel Gedalius and Leading Shmas, my father, Jack Gedalius. Anonymous Hatzlacha Baruch of Gashmis. It's very geschmack, David. The Palchik Family Foundation, Zechin Ishmas Rav Goyim Reb Shlomo Palchik, the message to Eloi. Anonymous Refuah Shlema L'Moshe Ben Izah. Anonymous Refuah Shlema, for complete Refuah Shlema and Arichas Yom to Leiba Bas Esther. Yisrael Malki, Tov Tov Spicham Malki Zov Chesed. We're so proud of you. Akim Mordechai, keep steiging. Sending Rosen family, Cambay Island, UK, in honor of Rebelli, who changed my meaning of life. Pliny Almoini, Yossi Markin Betty, and all the Iskim B'Tzorchem Diwai Kashboch Shalom Scharam. Multi sponsors are Simon, Refuah Shlema, Avi Moir, Baruch Ben Miriam, Anonymous for the merit of Michal Ben Sarah and Rachel Bas Sarah. Blessings in all areas of life. I want to say tremendous yishkoyach. I don't want to forget. Mati Belsky flew in from New York to come to live share. What's your name? Uri? Yehuda Jaffe flew in from New York. Here, I know you're embarrassed. We got to embarrass you a little more. Raise your hands so the Olam sees you. Shalom Aleichem. Mati Belsky, they know already. Even so, let's say hello to, where's Mati? Mati. Wave. So 2 people flew in all the way from New York. Unbelievable. Yishkoyach, thank you. Again, what's the first name? Yehuda, Chazak V'Amatz, Yishkoyach. Berkovici family, L'Zeichen Ishmas, our dear cousin, Reb Simcha Lauer, may the Neshama have an aliyah. Daily sponsors Ephraim Levy, Queens, Lili Nishmas, Imi Mirossi, Gittel Bas Moshe, Zechron Levracha, Lillian Levy, on our yard side, Aaron Naomi Mandelbaum, in memory of our son, Avi Mandelbaum, who enjoyed learning the daf with you. Psh, wow. Yossi Mandelbaum, in memory of my brother, Avi Mandelbaum, of Menachos ben Aaron Moshe of Hashem. We just read an email. I read an email from Yossi, who joined the daf to help his brother have a refuah shleima, and he hasn't missed the daf, a whole long email how it changed his life, etc. He thought he's doing his brother a favor, did him a favor. Yuri Friedman, Zech Nishmas Harabanit, Shprinza Bas Rebichil Mechel, mother of Landau Shul, on the completion of her shloishim, Tizichra Baruch Neshama Shadav and Aliyah. Hadar Weiss, Hachosin Shayob and Shmuel Yehuda Waldman, a famed scholarly, aka Ali Zay's team on his chasana tonight. Gevaldik. Ali Zay's are the guys who wrote these Gemaras for us. So Yishkoyach on his chasana tonight. Beautiful. I think I don't want to say something, but he's one of the big editors over there. And the White Art month, Refuah Shlema Yonatan Eitan ben B'Sheva Bracha, Refuah Shlema Mordechai ben Esther, Refuah Hayel Daniel Zev ben Hayel Desser. Boys, we can learn some Torah now. Gevaldik. We started the parak yesterday about the 10 Menachos that the Kohen takes a kmitza from, and the rest, what does he do with the kmitza? He puts it on the mizbeach, and it goes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The rest of the mincha, whatever's left over, these are the 10 menachos. Whatever's left over, the kohanim get to eat. The first 5 are menachos that are voluntary menachos. Then you have the mincha of a guy, the mincha of a woman, oimer, chayta, knois. That's where we're holding. So the Gemara says, v'shiyareyim la kohanim. The leftover, it says in the Mishnah, goes to the kohanim. Pay attention again that a lot of the psukim, unfortunately, we were supposed to read this yesterday. It doesn't happen very often that you read a pasuk in the Gemara on the same day that you read it in Shul. On a Monday. We read this on a Monday, we're going to read it tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, on Thursday. What does it say? How do I know that the Shirayim goes to the Kohen? Now I got to tell you, guys, you came to a very easy daf. Today's seriously it's just the easy daf. It goes easy. How do we know? Menolan the ksiva ksiva, the ksiva ksiva slicha. The ksiva ksiva. If it says it, there's a pasuk mefurish. It says mefurish. Or the like ksiva ksivba. And if it doesn't say it, it also says. So this is the pasuk that talks about one particular mincha v'aniseres memeno yochlu Aaron avanav. The leftover, Aaron and his son should eat. So it says mefurish in the pasuk, whatever's left over, you should eat. And if it doesn't, that's by the mincha soilus. If it doesn't say mefurish, so it also says a generalization, and this is this week's parasha by Sheni. You're going to see it. Pay attention when the Balkoyer reads it on Thursday and on Shabbos, and you'll know what it's talking about. Because we're talking about this pasuk a lot. V'zois Torahs hamincha, hakrei v'yisa b'nei Aaron. This is the Torah of the mincha. There's one halacha, there's one Torah, one halacha for the Menachos. Hakrei b'nei Aaron. It says that regarding all the menachos, whatever's left over, Ariel and his sons should eat. So Gemara starts off asking, where do I know this? Says Gemara, what do you mean where do I know? It's a pasuk. No. What I meant to ask is, all these guys over here, most of them are all from wheat. That wasn't my question. In this list over here, from the 10 menachos, there are 2 menachos that are made out of barley. Which 2, Rabbi Isai? Anybody? Saita, what else? Who said Omer? You, why don't you grab a seat? Sit down. You know so much, sit down. The Omer, Rabbi Isai, we've been discussing the Omer for the last few weeks. Or days. The Omer and the Saita, they are barley. So the Gemara says, all 8 out of 10, I didn't even have a question. Regarding the Omer and the Saita. So Rabbi, so we have to remember these 2. That's what we're going to be discussing for most of today. These 2 menachos. The one that comes for the Omer. What's the Omer? The Omer is the second day of Pesach. When the time of the Beis Hamikdash, they brought the minchas omer, and that allows Klal Yisrael to eat the new crop. Any wheat, barley, chameshes minim that grows up until Pesach, it's also to eat until you bring the omer. What's the saita? The saita, the husband warns his wife not to have yichud with another man. She doesn't listen. Now he doesn't trust her. He brings her to the Beis Hamikdash. The whole long process, she has to get dressed with this clothes, that thing. They give her the water with Hashem's name. But one of the things is, she has to bring a mincha. What does a mincha accomplish? To see whether or not she was chayta. If she sinned or not. It's to be mevar what she did. I'm saying this, I'm just being magdim for later on. So it says, I only need a source for those 2. But Sa'ir Nami says the Gemara, but even those 2, once you do kmitza, why? Think about it. If the kohen goes like this and takes this amount and puts it onto the mizbech, so what do you do with the rest? Obviously, the rest goes to the kohanim. Says the Gemara, Ali b'Rabbanan. In the Mishnah, we saw machlokes that according to Rabbanan, the kohen goes like this. The rest goes to the kohanim. But according to Reb Shimon, sometimes even if the kohen goes like this, does a kmitza, the rest goes on the mizbech also. There's two applications. There's one kmitza that goes on the mizbech, and there's the shrine that goes on the mizbech. So the Gemara says, "Ki kamei ba'ilon aliv the Reb Shimon." There's a mincha that you take a kmitza, and it doesn't go on the mizbech. The rest. It's not Reb Shimon Omer. Minchas chodesh kohanim in the kmitzas. Hakoyim it's karev. You take the kmitzi, you put it on the mizbeach ba'atzmai, v'ashurayim kriyim ba'atzmon. They're separate. They both go on the mizbeach, but in different times. According to Reb Shimon min Allah. Okay, so now Rabbi, so we narrowed it down for the rest of the day. We have Reb Shimon who says sometimes you take a mincha, you put it, the kmitza on the mizbeach, the shurayim on the mizbeach. According to him, how do I know that these 2 karbanos these 2 menachos made out of barley, which are the omer and the saita, how do I know that the leftover, after the kohen takes a kmitza, that the leftover goes to the kohen can eat and benefit from the mincha? Says Gemara, tell you how. It says in the pasuk, the Amar Kro, Amar Chizkiya, the Amar Kro, V'chol mincha belula b'ashemen v'chareva l'chol b'nei Aaron tia. There's a mincha belula and there's a mincha chareva. This is a mincha chareva. I'll show you real quickly. It's not like a big thing. Chareva just means it doesn't have anything in it. It doesn't have oil. Just plain flour. So what do you do in this plain flour? The kohen takes a kmitza, and that's it. He doesn't mix it. He doesn't do anything. Okay. So this pasuk we're going to deal with a lot now. Here's the pasuk again. V'chol mincha belula b'ashemen v'chareva l'chol b'nei Aaron tia ishke achiv. So says the Gemara, from this pasuk, I learn I already established that any mincha that comes from wheat, the kohen gets to benefit from the shirayim. So must be so you must say that it's talking about the barley version, not the wheat. So what's the belula of barley? Which one of the two? You have the saita, you have the oimer. Which one has oil? The oimer has oil. And the other one, the saita, that's chareva, doesn't have. So now we have a source for both the oimer and the saita that the kohen gets to eat whatever's left over. Now the Gemara asks, you're telling me that this pasuk that you see on the screen comes to tell me that these two Menachos, the saita and the oimer, the kohen gets to eat. Guess what? I have to do something else with the pasuk. And once I do something else with the pasuk, I don't have a leftover pasuk to teach me this halacha. This question is going to be 25 lines long, super easy. Be'emes. It just goes, it's the same thing over and over. 25 lines. So it's like almost like a freebie. We get to half the amud, and then we get the question. What's the question again? I don't have an available pasuk. This pasuk, does not come to teach us l'chayra that a kohen gets to eat the leftover of the oimer. It comes to teach us something else. What? There's gevaldik halacha. The halacha says that a kohen who receives a portion in the Beis HaMikdash cannot trade it with his friend. You hear? Thank you. Everybody. Now, let's say the kohen does not like steak. Doesn't like steak. He wants the bird. He likes schnitzel. Like David Solomon told me. He says, tens, I'd rather have schnitzel from tens than a steak. That's what he told me, and he's a steak guy. So let's say he's in the mood for schnitzel. Yeah? So he tells, what are you smiling? Emes? He says this all the time. Okay, great. I'm a kohen. You gave me steak. I don't want steak right now. Here. You take my steak, give me your schnitzel. No good. What about you give me your schnitzel and I'll give you my schnitzel? I like square schnitzel. I don't like it when it's long like that. I like the square. No. I like it well done and yours, no. The kitzer, do not give me your oil and take my steak. Do not give me your beef. Don't even trade the same item. Don't even trade.
Hey Chaim, you want to switch? I'll take your meat and I'll give you my mincha.
Look.
That's the halacha. I'll tell you a story. A Maisa Shahaya with the Nidvarner Rebbe. One of the Hasidim waiting in line comes for Shirayim. So he tells the Rebbe, now, if you ever bite, you don't say anything to the Rebbe. What are you telling the Rebbe? You don't give him instructions. This guy tells the Rebbe, listen, could I have just a little bit more kugel? I don't want the cake. I don't want the cake. I want the kugel. So the Rebbe smiled. And when he went by, so the Rebbe told the Gava, he says, listen, now I finally understood the Gemara Menachos. When you get a portion from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's a portion from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's a piece of steak, but it's not, oh, I'm here to have a barbecue. You're here to enjoy a carbon from Hashem. So you don't trade it. You don't say, listen, can I have a look? This guy came from the kugel. He came for the kugel. He didn't come for the shirayim. He's a kugel fresser. We don't want kugel fressers here. We want people that understand what shirayim is, what a carbon is. That's the sugi right here. So we're just going to go through all these things. Could you trade meat for beef, for dog, for pigeon? Could you trade pigeon for flour? Could you trade flour for flour? That's 25 lines that basically are going to say, how do you know all this? From this pasuk we just used. So it's not available to teach me the halacha that we came from. What's the halacha that we're trying to find? How do you know that a kohen gets to eat the leftover oimer and saita? Now, inside. How do you know that you can't trade a mincha, a piece of bread from the mizbeach for a steak, for zvachim? Talmud loymar v'chol hamincha asher ti'ofa batanur l'chol b'nei Aaron tia ish ke'achiv. Okay, it's another pasuk, not the one that we're getting to. Soon we'll get to ours. So there's a pasuk. It says l'chol b'nei Yisrael, l'chol b'nei Aaron. Everybody shears with everything. Great. There's a story with the Abderuv, the Oiv Yisrael. A chassid came to him and said, Rebbe, I need parnasa. So the Rebbe said, go to the marketplace. The first business that you bump into, buy it. I'll give you a bracha, it should work out. She says, Rebbe, I don't even buy. I don't have money. So he takes out of his pocket 1 ruble, which is not a lot. He says, here, buy a business. Buy a business with the wrong, buy a business. So he goes to the marketplace and he asks around. He sees a few units stand around. He says, actually, you have a business for a ruble? So they started laughing. Business for a ruble? He says, no, you don't have anything to sell me for a ruble. So one let says, I'll sell you my oilam haba for 1 ruble. So the guy thinks. He says, the Rebbe said that the first business that comes to you, buy. So he says, okay, deal. Here's the ruble, and give me your oilam haba. Okay, so they made a deal. The guy comes home. The guy that sold his oilam haba comes home and tells his wife, you're not going to believe it. I sold my oilam haba to some idiot that bought it for a ruble. So his wife said, you what? He said, I sold my oilam haba for 1 ruble. The guy's a shaita. She says, no, you're a shaita. Get out of my house. You don't even do mitzvahs, and the little mitzvahs that you do, you sold it, you gave it away. Like we're partners in oilam haba over here. We have a partnership. My wife told me the other day, she said, you better not be fooling me. I get half and half with you, half and half. Yeah, of course. Anyway, so, well, Maisa Shaya, she did. She made me explain it to her again. I'm not putting up with all this for nothing, Yeah, okay. Anyway, so the guy is, doesn't want to get thrown out of his house. So he goes, looks up this yid, and he says, okay, I made a mistake. Give me back my olam haba. Here's the ruble. The guy says, no way. She said, what do you want? He says, I need 400 ruble to marry off my kids, the whole thing. 400, what? You only paid a ruble. 400 ruble. The guy goes back home. The wife says, you're not coming back until you get your olam haba. I don't care, 400, 500, whatever it is. You pay the guy. So the guy runs to the Abderuv. He tells the Abderuv, listen, your chassid over here says, the Abderuv, this, that. He bought it for a ruble. I want it back. It's not fair. If it really is worth 400, then he did oinah. He charged me more than a sixth. So it's a mekachtos. So the whole thing goes off. So the Abderuv told him very stark. He said, listen, when you sold it, you didn't think it was worth anything. It goes by what was worth to you. For you, it was worthless. For you, it was worth less than a ruble. You're lucky you got a ruble. Now that you figured it out, and your wife, okay, now Taket has more chashivas, it's worth 400. Interesting psak that he paskin, but it goes by what you think it's worth. I'm just thinking now out loud, I didn't say this in the Hebrew share, but it's like that in everything. When you show how much value a daf Gemara has to you, that you're willing to give up a wedding, you're willing to do this, you're willing to do that, depends how much you put in. That's how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu is machshav. He says, oh, the daf is worth that much? You're willing to pay $1,000 to hear that daf? You're willing to go on a more expensive flight to make it in time and this and that? Oh, you just up the value of every daf you ever learned. And if for $3.50 you're not willing to do it, then your daf is worth $3.50. You could, There's a certain thing, you decide what the value is. Okay? So I'm just saying, this is people trading stuff, yeah? He's trying to trade a mincha for a steak. Some people trade a ruble for Elam Haba. You can't trade anything. When it comes to kachim, you can't trade. Yachal, so now we're going through it quickly, yeah? Yachal yachliku menachos keneged zvachim. You know what? I'll give it to you. You cannot trade bread for steak. Why? So let's talk about a carbon oil of yared for a second. Oil of yared, as we know, means that there are certain averis you do, and you should bring an animal. If you can't afford an animal, you bring a bird. If you can't afford a bird, you bring flour. The flour is never instead of an animal. What's the flour instead of, Rabbi Isai? The bird. The bird is instead of an animal. If you can't bring an animal, bring a bird. If you can't bring a bird, you bring flour. So the flour is instead of a bird, not instead of the animal. It's one step removed from the animal. You asking, Mike? You looked a little bit, you got it. Okay, great. Anybody didn't get that? So we're good? You could say, you got it?
Sounds like you should be able to trade it, one for the other, but we're going to see you can't, right?
Oh, no, so the Gemara says, I get that you cannot trade flour for an animal because they're very far apart from each other. But let's say flour for the bird, you should be able to. That's what the Gemara is going to say now. Flour for a bird, you should. They replace each other. The super poor replaces the bird with flour. For that I need another pasuk. A similar pasuk. No, every person in the kahuna gets a piece. There's no trading. Okay, I get it. Now we already decided you can't trade flour for a bird. One is an animal and one is bread. It doesn't go. One is a protein and one is a carb. What about the bird? Why can't you trade chicken, or not? There's no chicken in the base of English. Pigeon for the Yerushalmi. They eat pigeon in the Yichud room. They eat pigeon. You can't. Why can't you trade pigeon for steak? They're both blood. They're both meat. Okay, so we have another pasuk. It makes sense that you cannot trade steak for a bird, because a bird, how do you shecht a bird? How do you do malika? With your finger. And how do you shecht an animal? With a knife. But maybe you should be able to trade one mincha for another mincha. Let's say I have a cracker type of mincha, and you have a soft, moist, like a sponge cake kind of mincha. Do that. Because both of them have kmitza. This is our pasuk right here. Okay, so we have our pasuk tes or yud. Zog the Gemara yachol loyachlik machvas keneged marcheshes keneged machvas. Okay, maybe you can't trade two different types of menachos. Shizuma say kosher, shizuma say rakim. Is this easy Gemara or not? Was I lying to you guys? It's easy, no? Maybe you shouldn't be able to trade two different types, a cheese Danish for a chocolate Danish. But what if they're exactly the same? One is soft, one is hard. Maybe I'll trade the same exact item for the same item. What does it mean? I'll give you a mashal. Let's say I'm a kohen, I'm going to be in the Beis Hamikdash on Wednesday. You're here on Tuesday. So I tell you, look, I'll give you tomorrow, you take my share and I'll take your share. In other words, we barter. I'm not in the mood now. It's not enough now. Every coin gets a very small piece. Let me build it up. You build it up. We'll trade a different time. No, even if it's the same item. We're just going down the list. Rabbi Yisai, easy stuff. So we know the list of kachi kachim. So let's say, by the way, this is important to know. What's a mincha, Rabbi Yisai? Is a mincha kachi kachim or kachim kalim? Huh? You say kachi kachim. Does everybody agree with him? Huh? You agree? Yes. A mincha is kachi kachim. So I would think all these psukim are talking about menachos. So maybe you can't trade kachi kachim. You can't trade a chatos for an asham. Oil is not part of it because there's nothing to eat. Says the Gemara, what if I want to trade a toida for shlamim? Ish ka'achiv. Ish ka'achiv is referring to kachi kachim. It's by the menachos, right? The pasuk of in the mincha it says ish ka'achiv. We read it before. V'im al toida is talking about kachim kalim. So you see that they're interchangeable. There's a hekesh. Kishem shem chalkim kachi kachim kachin chalkim bekachim kalim. B'kitzur, you can't trade kachi kachim. You can't trade kachim kalim. Ish, the pasuk says ish. Ish choylek, you have to be bar mitzvah. You, Mordechai, what's your name? What's his name? Moshe. Moshe can't get, that's it. If he's a kohen, he can't get. To be bar mitzvah. Ish choylek vafilu balmum. An adult could get a piece even if he has a blemish. Vein katan choylek vafilu tam. But a wholesome cotton without any mum cannot take a piece. Why? Because it says ish. I'll call upon him. Now that we did the 25 lines, what's the Gemara's kasha? Gemara's kasha is that the pasuk, v'chol mincha belula b'Hashem and v'chareva, is not available. We need it for these halachas that we just learned right now, that there's no trading in all sorts of circumstances. Says Gemara, oh, mikol nafka. In this pasuk, I'm going to zoom in to the first word of the pasuk. In the pasuk, it says v'chol. So we're going to learn it from the word kol. All this that we just learned, when they used this particular, there's a bunch of psukim that they used, but this particular pasuk, that what? That you can't trade one mincha for another mincha, from the word kol, not from the rest of it. Before that we were learning that a kohen gets the shirayim of the oimer and the saita, that was from the rest of the pasuk. But now this halach is from the word kol. As Gemara, Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda, you remember Reb Shimon? Reb Shimon says that there's a certain no, that was in yesterday's Gemara. The first line, Amar Papa. We didn't learn it today. We should have maybe gone back, but we had him two times before. The Reb Shimon says that the rekikin and the chalos, you can mix them up. You can take 5 rekikin and 5 chalos, and it's considered a nedava. That's Reb Shimon. Rabbi Yosef Lili argues. How does he learn it? He learns from the word kol. So says Gemara, I already used up the word kol. I can't. How do you tell me that all these halachas we just learned from the word kol? Says the Gemara, no. Rabbi Yehuda, not Rabbi Yosef Lili. Rabbi Yehuda. Elahu mivichol. So that's why if you zoom in on here, you'll see that I put the vav is in purple because the word v'chol is split into two. One limud that Rabbi Yosef Yehuda learns, that he argues that you can't mix chalas and rekikim, he learns it from the vav. The halacha over here that we just learned, that you can't trade a mincha for a mincha, that we learned from the word kol. The halacha that we started off the sugya, that a kohen gets to eat the leftovers of the omer, is from the rest of the pasuk as so. B'chol mincha, belula, b'shem, the rest of the pasuk. Great. So that's that. That's this pasuk. Now, again, going back to the original question. We have 2 menachos that we don't have a source for. What are the 2 menachos? A saita and a omer. How do we know that what? That a kohen gets to eat all the leftovers. You come with a giant bowl. He takes a little bit, 3 fingers worth, puts it on his back. But you have a ton of flour left. How do you know that the kohen can eat it? Ravina Omar. I'll tell you. We're like what? 12, 13 lines from the bottom. Asya midetani Levi. He learns from Levi, the Tani Levi. L'chol karbanim, l'chol minchasim, l'chol chatazim, l'chol hashamam. You hear this? Once again, an easy sugya. It says, Kol karbanim, all the karbanas, l'chol minchasam, L'chol chatasim chol shamas. We're going to have here at least 4 limudim. Kol karbanim l'rabbis loig shemen shel mitzayra. What? So Yoshi Baruch Hashem did a fast forward on this. You guys remember this? This is a mitzayra. He has all these karbanis in the back of his wagon, and in the front, what do you see in the front? Flour, but also the oil. You see the jug of oil? Let's say that we use a quarter of that oil for the whole process of the mitzayra. The ear, the head, the toe. What do you do with the rest of the oil? The rest of the oil goes to the kohanim. How do I know? So let me just show you this video real quickly. It's a top quality video. But he does it fast forward over here. Oh, he also has to sprinkle on the floor a little bit, 7 times, right? Geschmack. So when he's done with all this oil, what do you do with it? That's what I do with these words over here. Kol karbanam, menachos, shamam. What do I do? Kol karbanam l'rabbis like shemen shel mitzayra. That the leftover of the oil goes to the kohen. Why do I need a special pasuk? So what does the kohen get the leftover? When he has leftover from the fire, stuff that goes on the mizbeach, the oil doesn't go on the mizbeach. So I think he doesn't get the leftover, whatever's left in the jug. Kamash only gets the leftover. Next, new sugya Rabbi said. L'chol menachos. What I learned from l'chol menachos? The rabbis minchas ha'omer minchas knois. That's our sugya. Again, we were asking, how do I know when I have these 2 menachos? The minchas ha'omer, minchas soita. How do you know the kohen gets the extra? Here, l'chol menachos. So I would say that it's different than everything else. Why? When does a kohen, he goes deeper than what we said before. When does a kohen get to eat the mincha? He gets to eat the mincha when asher kupar bahem. When there's a kapara, when a mincha brings a kapara. Omar Achmana, v'hai, lahatakasya. Omer, what does Omer do? It doesn't give a kapara to Klal Yisrael. What does it do? It allows Klal Yisrael to eat the new crop. It's a matir. What does the site to do? What's the mincha of the site? It doesn't give her a kapara for her avera. If she was over the avera, what happens to her? She explodes. There's no kapara. That's the kapara maybe, the explosion. What does the mincha do? It comes to be mevarer. It comes to see if she actually was chayd. By the way, I got to tell you this. We're sitting here ben azmanim. In Eretz Yisrael it's ben azmanim. In America it's ben azmanim. It's already, after Rosh Chodesh, yeshivas are off. We're sitting and learning Torah. We're sitting in Erev Pesach, Ben Azmanim, learning Kachim. Yeah, learning Kachim. Shbaruch is very happy. Bamas. It's a big thing. Don't take it for granted. But at the same time, remember, don't fall off. This is the time that people fall. The Ben Azmanim trips, the Chalamoy trips, the Charoises Erev Pesach, all that stuff is a zgula to fall off the daf. Don't fall off the daf. I'm serious. That day, that Erev Pesach, you know how tough it is to learn? I don't got to tell you. You got to make the. It's a good idea, by the way. If you have a scale, I'm telling you, it's new. It's new by me. You guys might have known this trick. Find out what your share is according to your rabbi, and then you break the matzah, put it in a Ziploc bag. Each person gets a Ziploc bag. You don't have to sit there with the this and that. You do before Pesach. I'm telling you, it's gewaldic. Get those wines ready, the charoid, broiling the thing, the whole day. So when are you going to learn the daf? So 1 daf down. Okay, I'll make it up tomorrow. Tomorrow there's no shir, there's no this, no chavrusa. You're tired, you're up till 2 in the morning. It's a time to fall. So keep that in mind and be ahead of the game. Zok the Gemara. Three shiurim in one day. Showed up to the Seder. It was the last opportunity to shave, right? No shave. Because, those who shave, they shave and then you go 30 days. No shave, no shower. No eyes like this, walking in. And you gotta make sure that the oil is into the Agada. It's like, this is nothing. It's the worst year ever for me. Shkolem, check it out. And it's a tough mesechta. It's Yerushalmi and trauma. We'll see. Hopefully it's better. They say it's Daf Gimel. So I'm going to peek here for a second. Oh, I got a short one here. Ooh. Okay, good. Baruch Hashem. Zok the Gemara. Asher kupar bohem. Yeah, we said this. L'chol chatasam. Now, next sugi, Rabbi said, Mati, you with me? Even though it's on one speed, you know, the island is 1.5 speed, and they come to the shear, they go out of their mind. They don't know what to do. Why are you speaking so slow? What's going on? You are speaking slow. There's people that watch YouTube videos on 4 speed. You know this? 3, 4 speed. Yeah, you can't watch the shear in 3 speed. Impossible. Some people do. What do you do with chol chatasam? The rabbi is chatas ha'oif. So kedai dechamino neveilohi. L'chol chatasam comes to include when somebody brings a bird, that the kohanim get to share in the bird. Why would I think not? Because how do you kill a bird in the Beis Hamikdash? I don't want to say shech, because it's not shechting, it's melika. With your finger. What's the process? You go from the back of the neck, and the nail goes right through. What does it hit first? The spine. You puncture the spine. So what happens when you puncture the spine? It becomes an avela on the spot. Only afterwards, a millisecond later, you're going through the esophagus and the trachea and the esophagus, the kan and the veshes. But it's too late. Halachically, you made it a treifa. So maybe the kohen shouldn't be eating a treifa, shouldn't be eating an avela. So get out even an aveli. Kamash malon chochatos. Next sugya Rabbi say. L'chol hashamam. What do I do with l'chol hashamam from that pasuk? The rabbis, Osham nazir v'asham mitzayir. When a nazir, somebody sent me a thing that's talking about, in the beginning, no. I believe it's when he's done, his nazirus, when the mitzayir is done with his tzaras. Ask the Gemara, wait a minute, you just mentioned nazir and the mitzayir together, but you made a little bit of a mistake. I don't need this word l'chol hashamam. It says mufurish in the Torah, it goes to the kohen. Says Gemara, Elo Rabbis Hasham Nazir. You're right. Only one of them. The Nazir Hasham Mitzar. The reason why I put the word Mitzar there is because it's like the Nazir is like the Mitzar. So the Nazir, why does he bring a carbon? He brings a carbon because now he's permitted to drink wine. Now he's permitted to touch dead people. It doesn't come as a kapara. And we said, Asher kupar behem. The kohen he only eats from things that are kapara. So says the Gemara, the kohen gets to eat from it. Asher yeshiv, one more. Zegezel ger. We discussed it a few times. If somebody takes from a ger and he swears that he didn't take from the ger and he makes a shvuah sheker, and then the ger dies, what does he do? How does he get a kapara? What? He gives it to the kohen. He gives it to the kohen. This gezel ager that was given to a kohen, it becomes a personal property of the kohen. It's not hegdish. It's his money. And he can do with his money whatever he wants. He could be mekadesh a woman with it. The Gemara says many times, sometimes when there's not a great nafkamina, so the Gemara says, what's the nafkamina? L'kedusha isha. Can I be mekadesh a woman with this money? I heard once, there was a bacher once asked his Rosh Yeshiva, what's the nafkamina if the pshat is like Rebaruch Ber or Reb Shimon Shkop? What's the nafkamina? He said, nafkamina l'kedusha isha. That I tell the woman, you harayat mekudeshes on condition that the pshat is like Rebaruch Ber. So now it makes an nafkamina if the pshat is like Rebaruch Ber, like Shimon Shkop. Okay, very good. So, Omar Avuna, Daf and Gimel on Beis. This is Givaldik. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any videos. It's like seems like I went a long time without videos. Oh, I didn't even show this in the Hebrew. What a nice. I didn't even know what it is. You guys could see this? 5,000 USD. The Kohen giving the Kaddish with this Kayla. Dollar Tree.
רוכל, הרי את מקודשת לי בבשר קודשים זה.
בבשר קודשים זו, it's a piece of
I'm a
meat.
vegetarian. Second of all, I'm Leah, not Rachel.
Okay, not bad, not bad. This is the first time I saw it. You guys get it? No? It says that you could be Menachos a woman with this meat. So he's Menachos a woman with the meat. But he made a mistake. Her name is not Rachel, her name is Leah. Okay, Givaldik. So what's going on is as follows. A guy is permitted to bring a carbon. He brings in a dava. What does he do? What's in a dava? How many karbanos are in a dava? I can think of two. A noila and also a shlamim. When a guy brings Shalmi Ovid Kechavim Oilos, Omar Avuna Shalmi Ovid Kechavim Oilos, automatically, if a guy brings a carbon, even if he says it's a shlamim, it's an oila. What's the difference between oila and a shlamim? Oila, the entire thing goes in the mizbeach, and a shlamim, the kohanim get to eat. Small part goes in the mizbeach, most of it the kohanim get to eat. It could be logic and it could be a pasuk. What's the svara? The logic is a guy, he has one intent. He's not interested in supporting the kohanim. He wants to bring a gift to Hashem. So it's kula Hashem. What he meant to say is a noila. To me, this was fascinating when I read this. It's like, I know people say, it's the guy. Who cares? The guy brought it. No. The guy meant to bring a noila. You gotta be yashar. He didn't mean to bring a shlamim. He doesn't know. He said shlamim. But we know that he meant that it's for Hashem. Don't try to eat a steak. There's but it's just a guy. No. We're makban on a guy. Just last parsha on Vayikra, the Chavetz Chaim brings a crazy story. It's a very long story. I'm just going to cut it down. That basically he had the opportunity to speak to Neshama. He says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was moichel him for everything. He says the guy was learning 4 hours a day. He was big tzaddik, did a lot of stuff. Moichel. One thing he didn't forgive him, and he came to the Chavetz Chaim to ask for forgiveness, to help him out. He said that he was a rebbe, he was a melamed of a kid, that the kid's father was a big gvir, and he signed arvos on a deal between the father and a guy, and they ripped off the guy. Somehow, I think he was involved in ripping him off, and he doesn't have a mechila. He's not getting a kapara for stealing from a guy. You hear what's going on here? Stealing from a guy. All right, we'll do turning the daf. Turning the daf. Are our global experts in cross-border escaping payments? It's like scary, cross-border. Okay. You know, I want to show you these pictures real quickly. You know, let me show you this. The guy bringing Naila. This is from our new artist. I'm very happy with him, actually. He's a real talent. He's a pro. He's a Roman. He's an animator. He's trying to bring...
Have a second portion, please? Oh, no. Give me some food.
He's thinking to himself, it's going to be a steak soon. He's a shlamim. The alpaca Kabbalah. This is the, how do you say it in English? When you come into a hotel.
What? There is no food left?
Perception. The guy is kula l'shamayim, Leiba l'shamayim. Yeah. It's interesting. There's a few things that I could say, but I gotta run. We gotta finish in 5 minutes. But Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky, I'll just start from Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky. Really, he says that why is it that by a guy it's kula Hashem? He means Hashem, because a guy doesn't have a concept of enjoying ruchnius. By all religions, the higher up they are, or closer they are to Hashem, so to speak, they have less and less gashmias. They're not married, they're this. It's about, we have a balance. We have a balance. We have a mitzvah to have hana on Shabbos, to enjoy meat, to wine, dance, sing. We have enough. So, but a guy says, "Oh, I want to give something to everybody." He doesn't fathom that this idea of, "Oh, you're gonna have a good steak from it." It's not part of it. It's Kula Hashem. That's his mind. Okay, it's interesting. I once heard a raya, and I mean, you could debate it, but a raya that the Torah was given by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because it says in the Torah that you should enjoy Shabbos, you should enjoy certain things, and it's human beings don't have that idea. Every religion in the world is the exact opposite. There's no enjoyment. There's nowhere in any other religion that say enjoy this and this and that. The fact that it's written that you should enjoy is a right that a human being didn't write it. Okay, Zog the Gemara. So that's the logic. And also I have a pasuk. Called the Mikra V'Oila Lehevi. That Asher Krivu, says Rashi, is where we learn that's the pasuk that we learn that a guy brings a carbon. We accept a carbon from a guy, but it says the next word le'oila. It goes straight to the oila. What? It's completely burned. Kula Hashem. Kol makriv. Anything you bring oila le'avi. Most of Rav Chaim Bar Guri, I have a question. It says that if a guy said he's bringing an adava, he's bringing shlamim. Nisanam Yisrael gives it to a Jew. Yisrael loichlan. The Jew could eat it. Nisanam l'koyin. Oh. So you see, that's not an oila, it's a shlamim, you get to eat it. Omar Ravi, he didn't understand pshat. Hachika Omar, Al-Manashi is kaber b'Yisrael. It's not that he wanted to bring a shlamim, he wanted to benefit the Jew that has to bring a shlamim. He says, I'll pay for the Jew, but it's the Jew's carbon. Yisrael loichlan, so that's why the Jew gets to eat it. Al-Manashi is kaber b'Yisrael, if on condition that the koyin oichlan. Because the guy said, I'll just take care of the bill, but it wasn't a guy's carbon. Another question. It says these are the menachos that you do kmitza and the leftover goes to the kehanim. One of them is minchas goyim, right? That's in our Mishnah. It says mefurish that what? One of the 10. If you look over here on the list of the 10, number 6 is minchas goy, and it says in the Mishnah. Look at the top header. The kohen gets to eat it. It's not kulei Hashem. It's not an oila. You're right. It's machlokes. The what? The sanya ish matam ish. It says already ish, an adult, a man. Why does it say twice ish? The rabbi says that a guy could give a neder and a dava. We said it 100 times. We'll say it again. What's an adava? It's milashon doiv. Where do you have a beer in a zoo? So zoo. When a person says nedava, he means only this animal. If this animal dies, that's it. But if a person says neder, it's even if this animal dies, he has to bring another one. He has to replace it. But anyway, the point is, it's a gift to Hashem. That a guy could give a gift. Now, exactly which one? So we have a machlokes. Rabbi Kiva says only an oila. Rabbi Zagli says you can bring anything. So here we go. Again, easy Gemara. It seems like only an oila. It says mefurish in the pasuk oila. Shlamim, how do I know that a guy can bring shlamim? Tamalem. Okay, one word. It says nidreim. It includes shlamim. Toida b'nayin. How do I know they can bring a toida? Tamalem nidvaisam. Minayin l'ravi sa'if. How do you know that it can bring a oila sa'if, a bird? V'hayayin, v'alavoyin, v'haitzim. Now remember this word hayayin because we're going to take it out soon. How do you know you can bring frankincense? You can bring wood. It says l'chol, all types of nedarim. L'chol nedvaisam. How come it says l'chol nedvaisam? The extra word l'chol includes everything. If you're including that a guy can bring he could even bring wood. So of course he can bring oila. So why does the Torah say oila? Why is that the only thing the Torah says? Oila pratlan naziros. That a guy, we're going to see in a second, it comes to exclude nazirus. No, I disagree. A guy could only bring one carbon, like we started off the daf, the top of the amud. By the way, I forgot to tell you. I'll ask you now, what's the difference if I learn that a guy, if he brings a shlamim, we say it's an oila, from logic or from a pasuk? What's the difference if I learn it from logic or a pasuk? Anybody? For 10,000 points? Huh? It is better, but there's a difference. You're right, very good, but there's a difference. I tell you the difference. If it's a pasuk, then there's no way around it. Whatever, anytime he brings in a carbon, it's automatically an oila. But if it's logic, what's with the logic? Oh, he didn't want to bring a shlamim, he wanted to bring oila. But let's say he says, I want a shlamim. No, I know the difference, and I want a shlamim. Then he can bring a shlamim. If it's logic, then he can bring a shlamim. If it's a pasuk, he can never bring a shlamim. The pasuk says, whatever he brings is an oila. Okay, so we keep on going here. Oh, fine. Ask the Gemara. Wow, we're already over an hour. So what do? We keep on going. We pretend it's less than an hour. We sang a little bit. Yeah, okay. The Olam tells me that when I'm in America, then the shiurim are longer. That's what they told me. I don't know if it's true. You got to check it out. I'm relaxed over here. It's Miami. We're chilled. Right, I'll tell you real quickly. First of all, if we're already over an hour, I might as well tell you this story here. But I forgot what place this was. They went to a smaller place. How come I don't remember what place it is? Oh, he's going to tell me. Ashdod, thank you, Shkoyach. So let's go back to Ashdod. But the reason why I'm showing this to you, it's actually a video. Let's see if I can get it on. No? Fine. I'm showing it to you because the Olam should try to be mechazik, the satellite locations. So here in Miami, try to be mechazik. The guys come together every night. You're here, come. Once, you don't have to come every day. Come once in a while. Give them chizik because it's geschmack when you're learning together. It's a different thing when people learn together, they laugh together, they learn together, they daven together afterwards. It's a whole different story. Wherever you are, Hollywood. Eli Weiss is here. Be mechazik Hollywood. Be mechazik all over. Anywhere we have a satellite location, yishkoyach. Great. Next. Oh, that's where it is. Ashdod. It looks like Shamshi Shlafrak came. Gewaldig. There's a place, I'll just tell the Olam, just to save the Olam. My son, my 15-year-old, really wanted to go to a shooting range. Driving me crazy. So I said, okay, today I'm going to get up earlier than I do, prepare earlier, give the Hebrew shir early, so then I'll have time to go with him. So I look up, I saw a place here in Miami. I called him up. I said, okay, yeah, it's better if you're reserved. Yeah, fine. So my son has a few guns. I have a license to carry also from Chicago, but so I go to the place. Big sign on the front of the door, do not bring in your own weapons. Like, that was a red flag right there. So I go in, put the things back in the car, go in. What is this? No, this is a machine gun place. It's called Lock and Load, something like that. Okay. How much does this cost? It's not a lot. It's $150 per gun, but you have to take at least 3 guns. So you tell me it's like $450 a person? Yeah. Could I share the gun with? No. It's per person. $900. What? So I said, okay, we're already here. He's driving me crazy. I made the whole day around this. So you just do it. So he did it. It was very nice. Yeah, the personal thing. I'm just warning the Olam. If you go to Lock and Load, it's not $50. Like I thought it was going to cost $50. You buy a few bullets, and you like in Chicago, you go. No. You can't bring in. You get to choose exactly what you want. Okay, fine. Next. Huh? Yeah, it's a busy mitzvah. He talking about a mitzvah. He took one of the guns. He was a Uzi. Still disappointed. It was this little guy. It's like, okay, anyways, very good. And it's automatic. You can manage the whole thing. Okay. No. Never saw they have the caliber 3. If you want something similar, they do this similar to that. Yeah. Oh, and no, they're smart. You can't share. It's not like you go in there with your son. Each guy shoot 10 bullets. No. Him, you can watch that. Yes, it's a cool place, Growler. You can go in there for free. It has crazy guns from. Okay, anyway, next. Zog the Gemara. That was worth saying you're not learning. Where are we? Oh, yeah. So holding over there by the kasha. That was no. We're over there, mamish up there. Why are you telling me you learn that the nazir, the oila? Why is there the word oila to tell you that a nazir he doesn't become a nazir, but the guy can't be a nazir? But we learned it from a different place. We don't need the word oila. Mazim nafka, dabel b'nei Yisrael, Jews only. The nazir lahazir. Only a b'nei Yisrael can be a nazir. B'nei Yisrael noidrim ve'noid l'gechav noidrim. Says Gemara, I would think that pasuk is only referring to the carbon. A guy cannot bring the carbon from the nazir. But he could be a nazir. I don't know if you remember when I went to Vail. I don't remember when. It was before my daughter, I guess, moved to Utah. So I was in Vail, and I met a nazir over there. I asked him, I could take a picture. And look at his hair. It goes all the way down to basically to his feet. The real nazir, he told me. Nazirite, I forgot what they call it. So, it's busy buzzy to, shouldn't even say that word now. Fine, those who know. I forgot to show that video. Next time. Okay. That what? That I would, just to explain, because there's a little bit of, it bothered me, and then I saw they explain. If a guy can't be a nazir, so how can he bring a carbon? If we learn from one puzzle he can't be a nazir, so how's he going to bring a carbon for a nazir? The answer is maybe he'll bring a carbon and nazir for another Jew. That also he can't do. Should we just stop here? Unfortunately, yeah, we have to stop over here. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day. We're holding Kiman Azla Ho Desnan Omer B'Shem.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.